All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order the JPS meeting of March 1st, 2022. Roll call, please.
Chair Manahan.
I'm sorry?
Chair Manahan.
Oh, here.
Member Chaplin. Here. Member Covert.
Here.
Member Dessart. Member Eckhoff. Here. Member Garcia.
Here.
Member Krajewski. Here. Member Ozog. Here. Member Pachalski. Here. Member Schwarzy. Member Selman. Member Zay.
Okay, just as a matter of housekeeping, I see Member Covert is on the Zoom. Is there a reason why you are Zooming today?
Yes, Member, I'm sorry, Chair Branahan, I emailed you last night just due to personal illness, that's all.
Okay, I didn't get that, but there's been a request to allow remote participation by Member Covert under Section A of the Open Meetings Act. Personal illness is the reason. Do we have a motion? Yes. Second to allow her participation. All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you, Member Covert.
Just a quick question. Is Member Covert driving or is somebody else driving? Because
I'm actually parked, Member Chaplin. I just dropped off my kids, but due to a personal illness, I won't be able to come in. But I am parked in a car. I'm not driving.
yeah, because we did change our rules that you can't drive. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Can you check? Can you clarify who motioned? Was it Selman?
Who made the motion?
Okay.
Selman. And who seconded?
Schwarzy.
Schwarzy, thank you. All right, do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
All right, great. So good morning, everyone. I just wanted to bring attention to an informational item that we have today. We're seeing the contract with White Construction for the construction of the Judicial Annex improvements, the bond courtroom expansion at the jail, and the 2 new courtrooms at the Judicial office facility. This item is on the JPS agenda only as informational due to the fact that it is considered facilities management, and it's going to be on the Public Works agenda later today for an actual vote. So they wanted to make sure that JPS committee is in the loop, and I welcome our Chief Judge here today and Court Administrator Suzanne Armstrong for being here to make sure that this happens today, right? They're informational. So anyway, so we'll be seeing this again next week, Tuesday at Finance, also on County Board for final action. So I'm just so excited that we're seeing this go forward and we're able to give our public safety stakeholders the resources they need to do their jobs. So with that, I will take a motion to approve the minutes of February 15th. Motion and a second. Any additions, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Those are approved. I'll take a motion to approve JPSP 7922, recommendation for approval of a contract purchase order to Clear Loss Prevention for security system replacement and repair services, March 8th, 2022 through March 7th, 2025 for the county campus. This is for the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. It is not to exceed $305,938.59. We had a motion and a second. Yes.
A quick question on this. Is there a time when you think that these cameras will be installed once this is approved? I'm assuming by next Tuesday, right?
We have
Good morning.
Executive Director Diekman.
Yeah. So the goal is by the end of our fiscal year, the end of November, that we have them all installed. Although it's a 3-year contract in case that we can't get them installed completely, because there's kind of a slowdown on getting the cameras. It could be a month, 2 months sometimes. So, but the goal is they have it done by the end of November.
But the cameras we have right now are still workable.
Oh, all of them
need
still
to update everything.
That's
right?
correct. We have cameras out there that are 1994 still working, but the difference in the camera is just night and day.
Yeah, I realized the cameras are quite old, so I'm really glad to see that you're getting new ones. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Member Eckhoff.
This is just part of the plan that we started to put together 2 or 3 years ago, and now you're just implementing it, right?
That's correct. We're actually finishing it up. We have probably phase 1. We're going in 6 phases. We did 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to be able to do 4, 5, 6 to finish it all up.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Any other questions or comments on this item? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That is approved. I'll take a motion to combine items 6, B, C, and D. These are all technology improvements for the court that are covered under the item 9A. Yes, Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad you combined these because I had questions on all these. As we're coming out of COVID, we're spending a lot of money on cameras, microphones, you know, everything else over there. I mean, I assume that the courthouse is gonna eventually move away from Zoom and they're gonna go back to in-person trials and court and all of that. I mean, it's a couple $100,000.
I would say we're lucky we have our chief judge here to respond.
That's a question I do. Chief Judge had a beard. What happened?
Yeah, I took the mask off first. Beard's been gone for a while. But thank you for the question. Zoom is always going to be present. We are never getting rid of Zoom. But as I mentioned a couple of them before, on March 11th, I'm doing the State of the Courthouse speech to the Bar Association, their mega meeting. And we'll be talking that date about eliminating the social distancing, which will actually bring the people into the courthouse. Taking the mask or doesn't take the mask away doesn't prevent the numbers that are coming in or not coming in. It's how we're utilizing each of those courtrooms. I anticipate it doing on a tiered basis so that effective like March 14th, we'll remove social distancing for the 4th floor. Take all the stripes off the chairs and everything else, and then every courtroom can be utilized, and every courtroom can have attorneys come in, litigants come in, self-represented litigants come in, or the like. As long as that goes well, as long as we don't see any kickback on anything, then I'll go down to the 3rd floor, then I'll go down to the 2nd floor. So hopefully by May 1, we'll have social distancing eliminated, and as many people who want to come into that courthouse and present themselves personally will be able to do so. Will Zoom still be present? Yes, Zoom will always be present. That is a mandate from our Supreme Court, and we are to always continue to maintain it in all purposes, whether it's hybrid, both parties on Zoom, or the like. But there will be a lot more population once that social distancing is removed. That's the biggest impediment to the people actually being in the courtrooms.
Okay, thank you.
Member Rockoff?
Being present for status calls and things like that, but I'm assuming for hearings, contested hearings and trials, that'll be required to be in person.
It will still be up to the discretion of each judge. According to the Supreme Court, no, we cannot require it to be that way unless the judge makes a particular ruling in regard to saying, we can do our hearings off Zoom exactly as they've been doing all along and still be functioning fine.
So
now trials, for all intents and purposes, won't be on Zoom except maybe a perfunctory bench trial that just has the 2 attorneys with stipulated exhibits and some argument. But it will be available for anything along the way. The judge will make the decision on whether those people need to physically be present and order it, or allow anybody who wants to participate in a hybrid manner by Zoom to participate.
right. Well, I know you're changing up some things. So is there any chatter that the Supreme Court is doing that as well?
Changing what things the Supreme
Just
Court?
the stringent requirements that, you know, you can do that if the presiding judge decides it's appropriate to have a Zoom trial.
No, the Supreme Court's not going to change their policy on it at all. They told us a year ago, their policy will be that they will encourage and allow Zoom in perpetuity from now on.
I know one of the things that we were concerned about when we started putting up plexiglass and expanding the courtrooms, and the fact that we might not have enough courtrooms for jury trials, was that defendants were concerned that defense attorneys were going to be filing motions that they didn't get the right to confront the person, the accuser, because it wasn't in person, it was by Zoom or something like that. Have there been any appellate court appeals based on that?
There hasn't been any appellate court appeals, but anybody that has wanted to, you know, confront the witnesses or the like, there have been in-person trials. Like I said, we've had 4 courtrooms where we've been doing in-person trials. There's a speedy trial demand provision where criminal trials have to go within a certain time frame. We don't have the flood of the speedy trial demands because we were on top of it and caught up with all of our backlog before they lifted the delay on the speedy trials. So there hasn't been an appellate court on that aspect. We have not engaged in any type of a trial where someone wants to actually confront that witness. They'll make that motion to the court and the court will have the trial. And we've been able to do the trial. One of the unique circuits in the state that always was able to allow that across the board.
Yeah, I think DuPage
Okay,
County's
you know,
been the
at
leader
this point, you know
in
what,
the state.
Thank you to our Chief Judge. I think we've gotten far afield. The motion on the floor is to combine the 3 items. Member Chaplin, did you have?
Well, it's not good. Okay. I thought I read somewhere that too, that the Zoom was particularly helpful or with domestic violence cases or something as in that matter.
Not so much for the domestic violence, because there's a confrontational issue that needs to come into play a lot of time. But with the domestic relations, it has been exceedingly
Maybe
helpful.
that's what I read, because I know I read something where it was very helpful in some domestic relations.
Yeah, matter of fact, I thought everybody in the third floor would love the fact that we're getting rid of that, and half the attorneys are sitting there saying, no, we want to keep this always on Zoom like this. Well, we got to figure out how we're going to handle that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Vice Chair Wachowski.
I just wanted to say thank you. We're lucky that we had Judge Popejoy at this time, because when this pandemic hit, he was out in the forefront getting our courtrooms open so we could do the jury trials, and we didn't miss a beat. And every other Collar County and other county in the state of Illinois is coming up to see our courtrooms and talk to Judge Popejoy. So my question is that what are we going to do with those courtrooms? Are going to stay socially distanced when when we're finally done with this in June or something? Or
not a bit. Our large courtroom, that 3011 that was built last year, we've got the chairs to fill in the gallery and everything else. They'll be running normally. And 2018 that was spread out, we can reduce that jury box very easily. And I also want to say the reason why the 18th Judicial Circuit did well is because of the cooperation and the relationship between the county board and the judiciary also. I talk to these chief judges around the state and they butt heads with their county board on anything there is. And all of you have given me the ability to come in and talk, present, massage what we need to do, and work together. So the 18th Judicial Circuit's success is a success because of the county board and the judiciary's relationship with each other. And I thank all of you.
Yes, chairperson, thank you.
Thank you. I just had one last comment on combination. Thank you, Chief Judge. That these are, I did speak with Suzanne Armstrong yesterday. You will see at 9A, there's a grant proposal notification. It is a state grant. And if you add up B, C, and D, these are all covered under a state grant. So with that, I will, any other questions or comments on combining? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, those are now combined. I'll take a motion to approve JPSP 7822, purchase order with Insight Public Sector for purchase of microphones for the county court system, $41,820. JPSP 80-22, contract issued to Conference Technologies for purchase, installation, programming of monitors, receivers, and other equipment for March 9th, 2022 through June 30th, 2022, not to exceed $140,466.84. And 2022-26, recommendation for approval contract to Court Smart Digital System for the purchase and installation of high-def IP cameras for courtrooms March 9th, 2022 through June 30th, 2022, not to exceed $26,821. We had a motion. A second. Questions, comments here? I just want to say, thank you to everyone, the court clerks, the court reporters, everyone who provided information as to, what we can do in terms of technical IT benefits. So I think that's wonderful. Everyone working together over there. So all in favor? Any opposed? All right, those are approved. Moving to resolutions, I'll take a motion to approve FIR 10722 resolution additional appropriation for the Sheriff's Sex Offender Fund, $2,166.
Second.
So move second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? I'll take a motion on FIR 11. Is that an I? Well, I 112-22 additional appropriation for State Drug Traffic Prevention Fund, $678.
So moved.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That is approved. I'll take a motion on FIR 108-22 resolution additional appropriation for Adult Redeploy Illinois
moved.
Program PY22 $11,350 increase. We have a motion. We have a second. Questions here? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion on FIR 111-22 acceptance appropriation of Illinois Court Technology Modernization Program Grant Fund $209,108. Motion second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve budget transfer for public safety drug traffic prevention for the state.
So moved.
These are handouts, Too Good for Drugs, handout $2,560. We had a motion second. Questions, comments? Yes, Member Garcia.
What exactly is the Too Good for Drug handout? What exactly is that? Is it a coloring book?
No.
Do we have someone from the sheriff's office here?
Good morning. Good morning. Eddie here.
Morning.
It is the school books for the Too Good for Drugs in the classroom. It's actually a school book.
Okay. Any additional questions here?
Can you clarify the second on this? I had him.
Oh, second, Salmon. Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that is approved. I'll take a motion to approve budget transfer of funds for the Sheriff's Merit Commission, $500 to cover anticipated negative balance in stipend and cover additional costs of office supplies due to testing and change of commissioners.
So moved.
Motion second. Questions, comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion on budget transfers for probation and court services, $1,117 to cover salary and benefit payments. Motion second, Ozog. Questions, comments? All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Great, thank you. Take a motion to receive and place on file grant proposal notification GPN 17-22 Illinois Court Technology Modernization Program, $209,107.84. A motion with second, Garcia. Questions, comments here? All in favor? Any opposed? That is approved. And getting to our big informational item here, I will take a motion to approve FMP 8122, recommendation for approval of a contract to White Construction Services to provide architectural and engineering design services and professional construction manager services under construction manager at risk guaranteed maximum price method of delivery for the judicial annex improvements. Bond courtroom expansion at the jail and 2 new courtrooms at the judicial office facility for facilities management for a period March 8th, 2022 through November 30th, 2026 for a contract total not to exceed $19,800,000. This is a partial ARPA item. We had a motion. We had a second. Garcia? Ozog? Okay, thank you. Questions, comments? Yeah, Member Ozog.
Thank you. As well as thanking the people we've already thanked about this. I really want to thank our staff, everyone who's been involved, procurement, public works. Very excited to get this going, but our staff has worked really hard on this and I think it's moved along very quickly and confidently. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments here? Yeah, definitely. Tim Harbaugh, hats off to you. Nick and your team, excellent job. You've got this, you got the care center. There's a lot of balls in the air, so thank you. Yes. All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, that is received and placed on file. Moving to old business. Do we have any old business? All right, do we have any new business? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn to March 15th. We have a motion. Second, all in favor? All right, thanks everyone.